So in this video, I want to now show you the big picture of our project. I want to show you what the final project looks like and how it actually is going to be put together. I know some of you are a bit anxious, not really knowing what the project is, although it was published and you could look on D2L the entire time for the sample. But I do want to show you now how the different parts are going to come together, what we've done so far, and what we still have left to do, and in the end, how you will then piece it together, sort of like a jigsaw puzzle. So we are a little behind, but in week 6, or now this week, week 7, you'll create an annotated bibliography. And from that, you will have a complete references page that you will actually put in your paper. Also, in week 7, your planning memo will be due. Your planning memo will actually become Appendix A in the back of your paper. There is also an Appendix B, which you will also be completing in weeks 7 and 8, and that will be your interview questions or your survey questions. This will also go in the back of your paper. After completing your secondary research, you will be able to write your literature review. The literature review is a paper in and of itself, and that will go in your paper as well. The only difference is in the literature review that you're turning in weeks 7 and 8, you will not have to have charts or diagrams. In week 9, you will be working on something known as front and back matters. This comprises the title page, an abstract, a table of contents, and an introduction, which is also known as the problem statement. Another section of the paper which you can write almost any time after you have finished the primary and secondary research is the research methods section. Here you will put in your research questions, a short description of the secondary and the primary research. Week 9 will be devoted to working on presenting the results from the primary research and writing your conclusion. Remember, the secondary research comes from the literature review, which you have already completed. In that same week, you will be reporting on the conclusion and the summary of your major findings. As mentioned in an earlier video, this is the section that has the most writing and has the most meat. Two other things you'll report on are the interpretation and explanation of the research. This now brings me to ultimately the most important section of your paper, the recommendations. Since this is a recommendation report, it really is the recommendations that is the most important element. When you look at it, however, it is much shorter than everything else. But the recommendations are based on all of the research and the conclusions that you have drawn in the paper. It is the recommendations that a client will actually look at and decide whether or not he or she will implement those. So I hope this video has helped you see how all of the pieces come together to form the final recommendation report. So in the next couple weeks, we'll be working to complete all of the various sections, and then in weeks 9 and 10, you will have everything put together so that you can submit in week 10 your final copy. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. You can reach me at email, or you can make an appointment with me and we can meet virtually online as well. or stop by my office, Owens Campus, JTC 019. Thanks for listening.